welcome to the new episode of IJK Podcast, and I'm just here by myself. And we're going to talk about the Julio Chavez Jr. versus Daniel Jacobs fight and the aftermath that happened. His first take on Julio Chavez, he took a big yesterday, and you know, he got fined for $1 million because he came overweight. The fight was supposed to be at super middleweight, and Daniel Jacobs came the right weight. 167, he's supposed to be 168, and Julio Chavez coming at 172 pounds. It shows that he's not disciplined and he's not motivated, and I feel like he should just retire, and he's just ruining his dad's legacy and his brand overall. And yeah, let's talk about it. When I was seeing the fight, the only round Julio Chavez won was the first round. It showed that he was big, he looked massive in the fight, and Daniel Jacobs boxed smart. He embarrassed and made him quit. And the accusations that he broke his hand or broke his nose, I feel like I don't feel like he fractured his nose. Like, you would have been able to see it. And I feel like other people thought too, maybe because he blew out all his energy from trying to knock him out in the first round or the second, that maybe cost him his energy. And yeah, he used it in a bad way. And I feel like Daniel Jacobs did perfect, boxed well. Honestly, he should have brought more in the first round. I feel like he said, he was seeing if he could take the power, because, like I said, it was super middleweight versus a cruiserweight, and it was basically, he looked so damn massive, and it was perfect. And after the fight, he called it off in the 5th round, and I like how Chavez Jr. in the backstage, they're saying that I wanted to continue and stuff, but then made excuse that he don't want to continue. But in the fight, they recorded it. It's clearly, he said something about his hand, or he couldn't breathe well from his nose. And the referee told him twice, "Are you sure you want to quit? Are you sure?" And the answer is yes, I don't want to continue. So he cannot make excuses to his fans, and people are watching him, to Jacobs fans too. And after when he quit, all his fans all the Mexican fans too, threw beer bottles or whatever junk food they had into the ring. And honestly reminded me of Yair Rodriguez versus Jeremy in Mexico. And because Jeremy he had to stop because eye poke, a really bad eye poke, and they all threw. And I'm like, honestly, it shows how ungrateful these fight fans are. Yeah, we're here to get entertained, to see a big knockout or see a great fight. We gotta understand that the fighters, they put their life on the line, because you've seen a lot of boxers, they passed away, or UFC fighters passed away just to entertain us as us fans. And you gotta respect that, and not just because the fight stopped the way you don't want it to stop, you just gotta be like ungrateful and just throw something. You could hurt a lot of people in there. Like commentators, they got hurt. Michael Bisping, I think he got hit by a beer bottle that day. And one of the commentators from the Zone, yeah, I'm worthy for it, but yeah, they're not gonna have that arena fighting there anytime soon, because it's also Julio Chavez fight. He's a big dude, and I don't feel like Jacobs, if he could maybe knock him out in later rounds, but we don't know what's going through Julio Chavez's head. Maybe he did break a hand. Maybe he did, because last fight, he hurt his knee and he quit. If he didn't, why go later rounds and for decision? And, with a hurt knee and stuff, you can make it worse. So that's something. And his fans should knew, like, he was going to quit. If it happened in the past, it's going to happen later. Julio Chavez, he's not an elite boxer. I loved how in the face-off, and the person that did the face-off, told him that he's an hypocrite, because how they said Canelo back in the day, a couple years, he made people from smaller weights move up to fight him, but he made Canelo move up to fight him too. So yeah, bunch of hypocrites. And I feel like the fans, I don't know why they reacted to it. I wouldn't react to it. I was watching on my phone, and I was a little bit pissed how the fight ended. It was getting really good. I feel like he blew it, the early first 3 rounds, he blew his energy out. Tried to throw heavy shots. I feel like he got Jacobs hurt. I didn't feel like Jacob was hurt at all. Maybe he was stunned a little bit in the first round, see, because Jacobs was a smaller fighter for the first time. And, yeah, but you can't take nothing from Jacobs. I like how in the post-fight, he's like, hey, I'm not the one that quit. Your guy quit. And I feel like the funny thing is, I don't know, I can't say word for word. He was like, man, the fans are robbing me from my victory, man. I just want to celebrate. And, honestly, you shouldn't. And I like how the question asked, like, how do you feel good super middleweight? And I like the response Jacob said. Basically, I didn't fight a super middleweight because I was fighting someone from cruiserweight, And honestly, Chavez is a big, massive dude, and he took a big L, lost $1 million, and lost the fight. And, I feel bad for his dad. They showed his reaction, embarrassed. And honestly, he should, because his son is representing his brand and his legacy. And Luis Chavez, maybe with a broken hand, would have never quit. I'm talking about senior. And, junior, how he's representing Mexico, and, people, think that Mexican warriors from boxing, MMA, they won't quit even if they have a broken hand, broken leg. They'll fight to get the win. And maybe that is true, but it depends, like, if they have the right mindset. And I feel like Chavez, he didn't look as sharp. He looked really slow. His punches looked really slow, and he looked telegraphed for me. I think that's what Jacob saw. And I was like, how it's funny how they're saying that Jacobs shouldn't brawl with Chavez. I feel like he should have brawled with Chavez, because that one time they did brawl in the fourth or third round, he won the exchange, man. Like, Chavez hits slow, and he only let the two connections, and Jacobs fast, and he looked great at super middleweight. You don't have to kill himself that much to make it to middleweight, so why not? And there's big fights there too. If you can't get the Triple G fight, many people thought Jacobs won that fight. I didn't really see the fight. I seen a little bit of highlights, but that's fights old. But honestly, I feel like Jacobs has a lot of good fights. Callum Smith, maybe a rematch with Canelo Alvarez if he doesn't fight at middleweight. I feel like he shouldn't fight at middleweight. He should fight super middleweight, because he came up to fight Sergey Kovalev in light heavyweight. And that's a good rematch. But honestly, Canelo won that first fight clearly. He outboxed Jacobs, and he walked down Jacobs. And what's next for Jacobs? He should fight Billy Joe Saunders. That's a great fight. And Billy Joe Saunders kind of fights like Canelo with the defensive wise. Like, I feel like what's next for Chavez Jr., I think he should retire. He doesn't look that motivated. And I feel like he should just retire overall. But I'm gonna end this podcast, and for people that ask questions, 3 people, that how come there's no visual, like it's just a thumbnail and stuff. And I'm gonna make the thumbnails better, hopefully, by the new year. And also, for the respect of my co-hosts, I feel like they want their faces to be shown, and I have a lot of respect for them for doing this podcast with me. I always wanted to do this for the past 3 years, and now I could do it with my friends and stuff. It's such an honor and stuff. And they couldn't come today, and but I feel honored to do this podcast. It's supposed to be my podcast, not my podcast. It's also my co-host podcast, and we make the ideas, and yeah. But thank you guys for listening. Hope you respect my decision, and give me a like, comment, what should do next. Next, I'm not gonna do boxing UFC. So 2 weeks till the Conor fight with Cerrone, and I don't want to talk about gaming because it's gonna be funny, but I don't know nothing about gaming, even though I play a lot about games and stuff. I'm not into that type of stuff, But yeah, hope you like it. Comment, and please subscribe, because if you like it, YouTube helps us recommend my channel and stuff. And yeah, peace.